Welcome, friends. And it's the grumpy old man broadcasting live from WDWL TV, Studio B, because Studio A is getting a renovation. And just remember, WDWL TV is located on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard in wonderful Cleveland, Ohio. With that said, as you see in the title, who is going to be lucky number 30? Yes, lucky number 30. We have kind of stagnated for the last 3-4 days at 29 subscribers. One more. Get me to 30. One more. We're kind of stagnated there at 29. One more. Get me to 30 and I'll stop bitching. I'll stop asking. Deal? I know you don't want me to, every day, please, number 30. One more subscriber. Be brave. Hit that subscribe button. One click. That's all it takes. One little finger click. Click. 30. Subscribe. That's all it takes, boys and girls. One more. One more. One more. One more. And then we'll go a couple of months and I'll start begging again. How's that sound? Sound good? I have to show you a Christmas gift from a friend. I said, with my small form factor computer, although I do have a bigger monitor, underneath the monitor, the way the foot is, it looks like a shelf. And I had a regular keyboard and it was too damn big. So a friend, knowing I'm into these neat, sent me check that out. Is that not cool? Look at that. It's a mini keyboard. And supposedly, I've got to read the instructions. Men don't read instructions, but I can adjust the color patterns and the flash rate. I kind of like this. I think that's kind of cool. I'm going to experiment. And the nice thing is it fits perfect on that foot for my monitor. It's almost the same size as the foot. But like I say, it comes off the monitor and it makes like a shelf. Of course, I've got the monitor up on a riser because otherwise the camera would be looking at me here. But yeah, thank you for sending it. You know who you are. I think you're subscriber 5 or 6. I can't remember when you got in the game, but yeah, it arrived. When did I get it? I know I've been wanting to mention it. I got it the Saturday before New Year's. And I've just been, brain dead, forgetting to mention it, but thank you. Thank you very much. even though I emailed you and told you it was here, uh, I wanted to show it to our 29 friends. Come on, one more. I need one more friend. One more. And speaking of Grumpy Vulture Boulevard, tomorrow we're going to finally get an appearance from the Grumpy Vulture himself. Yeah, I don't know, he's been kind of camera shy. In Studio A, he was constantly wanting to be, out and about, but I don't know what it is about Studio B that kind of got him ruffled. But tomorrow he agreed he will be here. So we will get a guest appearance from the Grumpy Vulture himself. And speaking of gifts, I'm getting a new camera. Now, there's nothing wrong with this one. And remember, I've got the twin a camera. And he said, this one will knock your socks off. It's an AI camera that it follows you. It's motorized and it follows you. It's autofocus, but if I move this way, the camera will move this way. If I move this way, the camera, from what I'm told, would do a 360. So if I was to walk behind the monitor and come out the other side, the camera would follow me. They were experimenting. As a matter of fact, he said, in their production work for, they do some website, some bloggers' websites, and this is a blogger that's got almost like 500,000 subscribers. So it ain't no. Yeah, my buddy's son out in Burbank don't deal with like me. If I was to walk in and say, hey, he'd say, the wastebasket's over there, and there's another wastebasket in the front office. Make sure you empty them, put new liners in them. I'd say, no, I want you to run a website for me. And then after they picked themselves up off the floor laughing, they'd throw me out the door on my ass. But like I mentioned the other day, they get all these companies that want them to use and promote their equipment. So they will sponsor a website for a while. I don't know how long, but they will sponsor the website in order to get their equipment mentioned on air. Well, they sent several of these AI streaming cameras, and on a couple of the websites that they're doing work for, they're using. Well, he was in the storeroom, like I said, he's been rearranging the storeroom. And what did he find back in the corner on the one shelf? A brand new AI camera, still in the box, still all wrapped in its shipping material, brand new. And he said, since, he sent the microphones, and I got some other miscellaneous equipment that I needed for Studio A because, over there we're using the old style XLR, the microphones I grew up with, not like these fancy schmancy plug and play, one connection and you're done, with the XLR microphones, you've got to connect them to a mixer, and then the mixer goes into an interface, and the interface plugs into the computer. Where this, I just one plug, go into my settings, Blue Yeti stereo microphone, done. It beats the hell out of what I've got over there in Studio A. But I'm old school. I actually like that stuff. But he's sending me it's an XLR to USB interface. Like I said, it's about the size of this flashlight. And you plug the XLR microphone in here, USB comes out on this end, plugs in the computer, just like this. Makes it a plug and play. Because I have one really professional microphone over there that I want to try. He sent it to me and he said, it may not work because we dropped it. And after they dropped it, they just stuck it in the box. So he sent it to me. Yeah, this is like a $300 microphone. Actually, he said it was more than that. It was almost $400. I mean, it's a professional studio mic. Something that you would like see on, Jimmy Kimmel's desk or, back in the day when Carson had his mic on the desk or Letterman, So I want to try that out. I could, plug it into the mixer, but all that stuff is everything's all disconnected over there because we're doing some renovations. The renovations are going to be mainly behind the scene. You're not really going to see them. There might be some new stuff on the backdrop wall, but as far as equipment wise, you're not going to see any of it. But we're doing some updating over, and that's why I've been over here in Studio B. Boring the hell out of everybody with, just rambling on with nothing to say. Except, please, one more subscriber. Somebody be lucky number 30. Knock my socks off when I go in and check in the morning. Let me go from 29 to 30. Be lucky number 30. You don't have to tell me who you are. All my subscribers, unless they say something, are anonymous. So, you can subscribe to me and you don't have to be embarrassed. When you're sitting at the bar with your buddies going, oh God, I subscribed to that asshole, on WDWL TV. No, nobody has to know. Can't find my lighter. I guess I'll use this one. I have a desk lighter. And a belt clip lighter. We got a new sign on the wall here. My buddy dropped it off for me. It says, keep calm and carry a gun. Because he knows that I like that kind of stuff. And of course, my Seinfeld license plate. It keeps telling me, take it out of the plastic. It's got a weird glow to it. No, I want to keep it clean. I want to keep it nice. These things are a pain in the ass to clean. So I'm going to leave that in the acetate covering. There was something, or is it over in Studio A? There was something I wanted to show my listeners here. Well, I got one thing here, but that's not exactly what I was going to show everybody. But since I've been messing with it, come on. You see that? There we go. That is my GMRS ham radio, walkie-talkie. GMRS is a general mobile radio service. It's like a top-notch form of CB. You get apply for a free license, and you can. There's like 20 GMRS frequencies that you can talk on. Well, I'm finally going to do something that basically it's only taken 60 years to do. Let me get this back in here the way it's supposed to be. The grumpy old man is going to study. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Study. To take his ham radio license exam. That way I can talk on the ham frequencies. But yes, back when I was 10 years old, I had two neighbors that were ham radio operators. And I had showed a lot of interest. And they decided to start to teach me. Well, back in the day, 60 years ago, in order to get a ham radio license, you had to be able to send Morse code on a key. The old, they make the joke SOS, dot, 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 dash, dot, dash, dot, 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 dot. Well, you had to send like 10 words a minute or something, and I could never master Morse code. Well, I found out recently that they no longer require for your general, which used to be the novice, I think they call it the general license, you don't need Morse code. Now, if you want to get the advanced and go up a level, which allows you to talk on more frequencies, I don't need that. I just want my ham radio license. And since you don't have to learn Morse code anymore, I ordered the book. And it should be fun. 60 years it's taken me to finally study for this test. Now, since I got the radio, oops, I didn't want that to happen. You get your license. So I have my GMRS license, and I have a mobile unit in the RAV4. Every now and then, if I hear somebody, I'll get on. It's like back in the days of CBs. Anybody, like one day last week, there were two people talking, and you have a certain way of asking permission to join the conversation, and people can say no because maybe, well, they said sure. And when you start a conversation and then when you end, you have to give your call line, your license. And you are, supposed to give it with the military call signs for each letter. And it's been ages. I had memorized it 60 years ago. Well, you can just say the letters. But when you've got everybody on frequency using the military call, you don't want to be an idiot, So I had to brush up on my my military alphabet. What have I got over here? There was something else I was going to show. No, that isn't it. So when I get on the radio and I hear somebody talking and I ask for permission to break in, I have to give my license, which is Whiskey Romeo X-Ray Yankee 228. Whiskey Romeo X-Ray Yankee 228. And that's the way they want you, because that's the way, GMRS and ham operators give their call signs. And believe me, it took me a while to memorize that. As stupid as it sounds, everybody's like, God, that's easy. No, not when you don't use it daily. Now, someone that was in the military rattle that right off. They don't have to stop and think. And I have the problem with R because I want to say Robert. No, it's Whiskey W, Whiskey R, Romeo, X-ray. That's the easy one, X-ray, and Y for Yankee. And with the Romeo and the Yankee, I want to say Robert yesterday. No. But see, when you spell something out for somebody that maybe you're talking to on the phone, they don't understand the military alphabet. Well, maybe somebody might, but so, you say R. Robert, Y. Yesterday. Well, that they understand. If I would spell out to the average, call taker, Whiskey, Romeo, X-ray, Yankee, they're like, huh? But don't ask me to repeat the whole alphabet because I still don't have it down. D is Delta. B, I think, is Bravo. Can't remember what A is. I know it's not Adam. Damn cigarette don't want to stay lit. Maybe it's telling me something. Everybody's like, was that going to be your New Year's resolution? I think A is Alpha. B, Bravo. C, Charlie. D, Delta. Can't remember E. I think F is Foxtrot. G is Golf. H is Hotel. I think, is India. I might be wrong there, but it might be India. I forget J. K is Kilo. L is Lima. Can't remember N. See, it's been so long, I have to brush up on it. But I remembered quite a few. I had my nice. I'll have to show you the next time. I've got several backlights that were given to me by a friend of mine who was a photographer. And I had this backlight set up, but when I accidentally hit the mouse for the computer, it kicked the screen on again. I've got to change the timing on. Speaking of change the timing, I think my timing is up. So just one more beg. Who is going to be lucky number 30? Surprise me, somebody, tomorrow when I go in and check my analytics. Let me see 30. And with that, I'm going to sign off. All right, friends, take care. Talk to you tomorrow with our special guest, the Grumpy Vulture. See ya.